There's something almost hypnotic about the calm confidence you see in the CEOs of unicorn startups. It's not just luck, not just charisma or a lucky break. It's something deeper, a relentless fire that burns beneath an unshakable exterior. It's the kind of confidence that silences doubt, the kind of calm that makes chaos around them just background noise. And here's the brutal truth. That calm isn't the absence of fear or pressure. Far from it. It's the mastery of every doubt, every chaos, every sleepless night that haunts founders who feel the weight of the world crushing down on their shoulders. Imagine staring into the abyss of failure, watching your dreams teeter on the edge, knowing there's no safety net. Every day you wake up with the walls closing in, investors calling for results, teams waiting for direction, competitors circling like sharks. The ones who become unicorn CEOs, they've faced that exact hellfire but don't melt. How? Because their calm confidence was forged in the brutal heat of relentless pressure, repeated failure, and the loneliness only a founder understands. You know the feeling, the gnawing fear that what you've built could vanish overnight. The crushing doubt whispering you're just not enough. The isolation, where no one really sees the battles under the surface because the world only puts CEOs on pedestals, never inside the trenches. And that's the hardest part. The world offers no roadmap, no permission to show weakness, only a spotlight on results. The pain is real, raw, and it never quite leaves until you figure out how to own it, rather than be owned by it. But here's the shift. Calm confidence doesn't come from having all the answers or pretending to be fearless. It comes from a ruthless inner alignment, knowing who you are without flinching, even when every part of the system tries to break you down. The world will lie to you, telling you that success means playing by someone else's rules, fitting neatly into a box, or selling your soul for comfort. Those lies trap most people. Unicorn CEOs reject them. They burn those rulebooks and write their own. Because real calm confidence springs from complete sovereignty over your will. Not arrogance, but a quiet power that refuses to be dictated by fears, external expectations, or the worst voices in your head. What does that inner sovereignty look like? It's knowing you don't owe the world your tired version of yourself. It's rejecting the pressure to be anyone else but the most authentic, raw, and driven you can be. This level of confidence is built on another radical truth, that to move forward, you must first unlearn everything comfortable you thought you knew. The greatest founders don't cling to old identities, titles, or labels. They dissolve them like sandcastles when the tide comes in. They embrace becoming, the endless process of shedding layers, reinventing themselves, and growing beyond the limits imposed by fear, habit, or society's expectations. This is why the calm of unicorn CEOs looks effortless. Behind it lies a battlefield, a war against conformity, mediocrity, and the numbing comfort that the world so readily offers. They've stared down the system's illusions, that success is about fitting in, about grinding endlessly for approval, about chasing a version of freedom that's actually a subtle cage. And instead, they've chosen the path of liberation, where the real power emerges from being unapologetically different, fiercely independent, and unswervingly aligned with their deepest purpose. You can feel it in them, a patience that doesn't rush, a focus that doesn't waver, a resilience that absorbs every hit and grows stronger. This patience is not weakness or boredom. It's eternity favoring the long game. Every moment of discomfort, every tough call, every rejection is fuel for their ultimate vision. No distractions, no shortcuts. Just relentless push toward a horizon only they see clearly. And in this patient pursuit, doubts lose power. Stress becomes a signal, not a barrier. Pressure transforms into pressure-tested clarity. But calm confidence isn't something you'll find in textbooks or leadership seminars. It's not a hack to download. It's the result of brutal honesty, ruthless questioning, and radical transformation. It means constantly asking, why? Why do those fears grip so tight? Why does the world's noise feel unbearable? Why does failure scare so deeply? Then it means refusing to accept surface answers, digging until the true core is uncovered. Because the real enemy is never external. It's the misaligned beliefs you carry inside. Unicorn CEOs become fearless because they rewrite their internal storybook, tearing out the scripts that say they're not enough or that they must conform to survive. Here's the most powerful part. This transformation never happens alone. The greatest founders tap into a network that few ever access. Not just advisors or mentors, but a rare, fiercely complementary community where misaligned brilliance finds alignment. These aren't connectors of the many. They're framers of the few who burn with the same intensity. People who understand that true strength is born through radical differences coming together, not forced similarity. This is where confidence becomes unstoppable, because isolation dies and synergy ignites. Imagine the impact when your rare skill, your unique vision, meets the right minds, the right energies, the right sparring partners who challenge and elevate rather than drain and distract. In this space, calm confidence is contagious, built on trust that when one falters, another rises, weaving together a power far beyond what any individual could achieve alone. This is the secret behind those unicorn leaders. They've built their own infrastructure for exceptionalism in a world that forgets the exceptional. So how can this be built today in a world desperate to keep you small, mediocre, and stuck? First, own your will. Don't outsource your power to fear, opinions, or fake promises. Your will is your weapon. Second, question everything. What you believe about success, struggle, identity, and freedom. Don't settle for the easy answers that sound comfortable but feel hollow inside. Third, redefine reality for yourself, not by following trends or systems, but by rewriting the rules that govern your life and business. Fourth, be selective. Align with the few who burn as fiercely as you do. This isn't about popularity, it's about power forged in shared flame. And finally, embrace patience. The world screams for quick wins, overnight success, and viral fame. The true calm confidence of unicorn CEOs refuses to be rushed. They play the long game because they see beyond today's chaos, to an eternity where true impact is made. They endure, they grow, and through that endurance, an unshakable calm emerges. You don't have to live life borrowed from others, trapped by false rules or society's complacent illusions. You were made to burn, to disrupt, to remake the future in your own image. The calm confidence of unicorn CEOs is not a secret for the chosen few. It's the result of a choice, choosing to stand sovereign, to question relentlessly, to transform radically, to connect deeply, and to play patient like never before. The landscape might be brutal, lonely, and often unfair, but that is exactly the battlefield where calm confidence is forged. And it's waiting for those who refuse to settle for anything less than their full power. Lean into that fire. Embrace the isolation as a necessary furnace. Break every chain that says you cannot rise beyond the noise. The calm confidence you crave is not a given. It's claiming sovereignty over your journey in a world desperate to keep you small. This is the moment to stop fearing failure, to stop seeking permission, and to step into the rare power you were born with. Because the future doesn't belong to the comfortable. It belongs to those who refuse to settle, who burn brighter than the past's shadows, to those who build new systems when the old ones no longer serve, to those who don't just survive but become unshakable pillars of calm in chaos. This is your call. The fire is already inside. It's time to unleash it.